Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Vibe, Aggressive New Show with Let's Be S3. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart. And let me just start off the top of the hour by telling everybody what's going on. Until finances get a little bit better, the show is going to be looking a lot different. Nothing anybody can do. Things will get better. I totally believe that. It will get better. But for right now, we got to do what we got to do. I can't blame anybody. It is what it is. But this is also a way of saying this is how you fight through. This is how you get through. This is how you keep the thing going. Everything is not going to always go smoothly. Everything ain't always going to go your way. But when things have to get done, it just has to get done. And you take care of it. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take care of my business. So if the show look a little busy or a little clunky or out of whack a little bit, sorry, but not sorry. A couple of things just had to be cut and so on and so forth. But anyway, enough of that. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Marlon.
How's everything going?
Today's been a busy day for me. It was support group day, and as I suspected, a lot of people are feeling the effects of the bill that was just passed, both immediate and worrying about the future. And so we both Mama Hart and I felt it was very important to sit and listen and talk with everybody until like they felt talked out kind of thing. And then we're late because of me and running late on the meeting, and then I was getting my dog out and eating at the same time, and now we're here, and hello.
All right, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. As normal, this is the part where I say, let's get this party started, but that won't work today. So we'll just say, let's get this party started. So let's go ahead and get into our first story. Just to let you know, I do have all the stories. I have 3 separate stories. I have a Am I the A-hole? I have a Mafia video week, and I do have a Foxy video week. I just can't play any of the introductions to all of them, but I do have
them. Okay.
It's just going to be a little wonky, like I said. But like I said, we'll get through it.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get into our first story. Magic trick.
Boyfriend and I have been together for 1 year, 3 months. Our relationship has been very loving, but has started to get bumpy ever since we moved in together for our 1-year anniversary. I'm in college right now pursuing my master's degree in archaeology, while also working as a library clerk to earn money, whereas my boyfriend works as a magician for parties and events. Despite our different career paths, I've never had a problem with his career choice because it makes him happy. He's always found a way to make every day magical, which has been sweet. About 9 months into our relationship, I had the opportunity to go on a 2-month archaeological excavation in another country for school. Despite us becoming long distance, he had no problem with me going, and he was very happy for me. He would send me gifts, letters, and he even sent things for my colleagues in order to brighten up their days. While we were doing long distance, we made plans to move into an apartment when I got back due to how much we missed each other. And a few days after I returned, we moved in together, which has been awful so far. Before living together, we would see each other a few times a week due to my busy schedule. But now that we live together, we see each other all the time. And he started to do magic all the time. He'll make my keys disappear as I'm trying to go to work or school. He tries to practice his card tricks on me while I'm doing homework. He makes the cleaning rag vanish when I ask him to clean. And he's recently done something that makes me want to end the relationship. I've never been in this serious of a relationship before, so I don't want to throw our loving relationship away just because of these bad few months. Last month, we were getting steamy, and he went down on me, which isn't unusual. When he was doing it, he was saying some dirty talk here and there. I was lost in the moment for obvious reasons, but I snapped out of it when he said, "Oh, how did that get in there?" And I watched him pull a coin from my crotch. He found the coin moment hilarious, but it just took me out of the moment and instantly made me annoyed, so we stopped. Later, I told him that him doing magic in the bedroom made me literally dry up, so I asked him to keep that kind of magic out of the bedroom. He explained to me that he was trying to make me laugh and have fun, and he did not apologize for it. I talked with some of my friends about it, and they thought it was funny, so I figured that I was overreacting and needed to lighten up a bit. But he didn't do any magic tricks in the bedroom for the next few weeks. However, 4 days ago, we were doing it, and he suddenly yelled, "Ow!" So I quickly got off of him and was asking what was wrong. He tells me, "I think there's something in you. Let me check." I laid on the bed like I was at the frickin' gynecologist because I trusted that if something was wrong, then he would find it. After like 2 minutes, he says, "Oh, here it is." And I watched as he was pulling up a long ribbon thing that kept going and going and going. It took a second for me to realize that it was one of his magic tools that he had purposefully put in me while he was checking to see what he felt. He found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing while he was pulling the string more and more. I ripped the thing out while doing it and yelled at him for doing another magic trick like that, even though I told him not to. He told me he was just adding more fun to our love life, and he wanted to see what the magic trick would look like if it was coming out from a crotch. The original magic trick involves putting this coil thing in your own mouth and pulling out the plastic string for a while. I was so pissed off that I made him go stay at his parents' house for the past few days. This morning, I talked with him some more, but he still thinks it's not a big deal. I get that he's a magician and that he loves magic, but I'm still upset about him breaking the boundary I'd set. I'm fine with his magic tricks 85% of the time, but intercourse is where I draw the line. I'm demisexual, so I need to have a strong, trusting, and close relationship with someone before I can even think about having intercourse with them. So him breaking my boundary has really hurt me, and I've lost my trust in him. However, everyone I talk to about the situation says that what he did was hilarious, and I've been told by multiple people that I'm overreacting, which is why I decided to go to Reddit. We built a strong relationship, and I really saw myself marrying him one day. I fully trusted him, and now I don't know if I ever can again. Should we break up, or can we fix this and stay together? I'm so lost. I'd appreciate any advice.
How do you do this to me?
Oh, come on. You had a serious discussion. We have a lot of things that's coming into our future. It's just so nice just to have one.
Oh,
Bruh, let me help you out on something. It's not funny. It's if your partner tell you it's not funny, it's not funny. And the people who are telling you, "Ooh, that's funny," yeah, it's funny to them. I mean, because it's not happening to them.
they're laughing at
Fortunately,
your embarrassment.
they're laughing at you. They laugh. They think that's the funniest thing that ever happened. But I guarantee you, if it happened to them, they would lose their crap. Seriously would, and they should. It's not funny. I don't even know why you thought this was funny. That maybe that should start there. Why would you think this is the time to do magic tricks?
Mm.
Maybe I should start there. Like, at what point did you say, "Hey, this would be a good idea to have to do magic"? What? Why? It wasn't funny. She told you it wasn't funny. You said okay, and then you did it again. Number two, and I'm just being totally honest with you because I'm just trying to be honest. For any normal guy out there, we don't want nothing coming out of my woman. Not there. Coins, ribbons, hey, what's going on here? What when the last time you washed? What's going on? Um you got change coming out and confetti and I don't know what's going on here, but this is disgusting. So we need to talk, or you need to go see somebody, or both. But anyway, I'm done, dude. OP, I would explain to him one more time. This ain't funny. Don't ever do it again. And I do mean put emphasis on the word ever. Like, I don't want you to think ever means, oh, I haven't done it in a long time, since last year or 2 years ago or since we've been dating. No, you need to put a real strong emphasis on the word never, ever do this again, or we're done. Because I can't trust you. And in a sexual relationship, trust is very large. It's a huge, huge deal. And your boyfriend is really effing up, factually, pun included, really effing up. So yeah, I'm not big on ultimatums, so I wouldn't say it was an ultimatum, but let's just say you can put a strong boundary on it, and that would be a strong boundary that he should never cross again. Anna?
So I see a few different things at play. No pun intended. Who she thought he was, long distance, suddenly changed when they finally were living together. I am sensing more of an issue than magic in the bedroom. I am sensing a maturity issue. Some people, you never fully know until you are there face to face and toe to toe with somebody that you want to call your partner. There are so many things that they could present as themselves. He might have presented a whole lot more mature while he was further away from you. So you need that time to get to know a person, and now on a whole new level where you are needing, so you move in together, and it's how do you navigate when the person that you couldn't stop thinking about before is now getting on your nerves. You know, she said a couple of things that made me think like this is more but it is that one step over the line. It's a maturity level thing, I think, and like, dude, you don't even know it's not good to stick things inside someone that has been on the outside you. Ooh, I really hope she had no problems, but like, this guy needs to go back to sex ed. Because putting a ribbon anywhere close there, what was ill-advised. Now, when she said she's demisexual, yes, that's a thing. Basically, it's just a description for something that has always been around. And that you need more of a connection than just that initial ping that some people feel. Some people can go right to bed. Um, Others can't. You do have to romance some people.
It's a physical and mental connection. It can't be. There's never going to be a one night stand type of situation with these people.
Some of the best sex is spent all day in preparation. So this is. He broke her trust by crossing a very reasonable boundary that she had. And for him to brush it aside, I think she is feeling um
Betrayed.
well, okay, yes, there's all the feelings of how she's but I think there's right now confusion because she's still straightening out many of her lines. She's sounds young herself, and that she doesn't know. She wrote a whole lot more there than I think she meant to. Like,
Anna,
some people.
let me
Hmm?
stop you right there because I want your thoughts on what Parker just said.
Yeah, sure, I
This
can.
He was breaking her boundaries before the bedroom stuff too, like making her keys disappear when she had to go to work, or doing
Thank you.
magic tricks to her while she was doing her homework, and the cleaning rag disappearing when it was time for him to clean.
Yes. This is what I mean. She's not even realizing it. She's telling on him so much without. I think when she sits down and reads her post back, she's going to be surprised at how much she's able to go. I have tried in many different ways to tell him either that this doesn't make me comfortable or, and for him to minimize it to, you need to laugh more, you need to loosen up, basically. No, you need to create the right conditions to make your woman feel sexy. And you're obviously failing at that spectacularly. Either way, that's a you issue. And it's not something that she could change and this could all be fixed. I don't want to say no, this is the end. That's up to her what she feels she can stick around for. I I hate to see a lot of young women put up with bad behavior when, as Thea says, you can break up with anyone for nearly any reason.
Include no reason at all.
I'm not feeling it.
Just,
That's it.
but when you have a reason, and most importantly, when you have a reason that has been communicated to you twice, so sometimes you'll get a
Listen.
third one, sometimes you won't. So you go ahead and take that chance, bro. But let's go ahead and get into our second story. If you haven't already, please excuse me. I have coughing fits as soon as I get on the show. I ain't coughing none today. Let's go ahead and get into our second video. In a minute, where's my stuff at? Oh, and there we go. Pay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
I'm a 28-year-old guy.
Let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Sorry, folks. I told you it's gonna be so. Till I get used to this.
So we're learning a different level of subscription, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are just all different, and they're not. I hope it doesn't limit you to
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Seems like none of my things were coming up. Ugh.
Well, I could hear it if that was one of them before.
Oh, well, and for some reason, here we go. Now it's here.
Oh,
Sorry, folks. I apologize. Again, this is just something we got to get used to. Today's getting better, but I promise you to get better. We're just going to keep moving forward. Here's the video.
Year-old guy,
Take
and
everything.
I've been with my girlfriend who's 24 for 4 years. We're serious, planning to get married. Through the relationship, I've paid for nearly everything. Dates, trips, food, gifts, you name it. I'd say easily 99% of all expenses were covered by me. She never really offered to split or pay, and I never asked her to. I was working full-time and doing well financially, so I don't mind. Recently though, I quit my job because I was mentally exhausted. I was going through a bit of burnout and needed a break. She, on the other hand, is currently working full-time and doing fine financially. The other day we went out and she wanted a bubble tea. I forgot my wallet and my phone was dead, so I asked her to pay it. It was like $10. She paid, drank it, and I dropped her off at her apartment. The next morning, she reminded me to send her the money. I'd completely forgotten, so I sent it right away. But it left a weird feeling. I've spent thousands on her over the years, never asked for a dime back. And now that I'm out of a job and she's doing well, she couldn't let a $10 bubble tea slide? It's not about the money, it's about what it says. I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or if it's a red flag. I've always treated the relationship as a partnership, and this just felt transactional. Am I being too sensitive, or is this worth paying attention to? Then OP posted an update. When we started dating, we were both students. I was finishing engineering and already had a job lined up. I also worked as a TA, so I was doing fine financially. She was still a student, so I paid because she was broke. I never asked her to pay, and she never offered. Still never offered to split anything, not even the small stuff. I tried bringing up equality and shared effort, but she always shut it down with comments like, "You're the man, you should take care of me," or "We can't have two women in the relationship." What really got me is that when I stopped proposing dates or doing everything, she started saying that I wasn't making enough effort. Meanwhile, I've been carrying this for 4 years. The bubble tea wasn't about the $10. It was about realizing how little support I was getting back. Yeah, it is a red flag. Like you said, OP, it's not really about the $10. It's about the selfishness, the lack of empathy, the lack of concern. She's just using you effectively. People in the comments are calling OP a sugar daddy, which may be fairly accurate here. Also, down in the comments, we have this story from Joseph. A friend of mine told me a similar story. He paid for everything for a year. Then they went on a trip to Africa, which he paid for. He didn't have a wallet on him, and they went on an elephant ride, and the vendor was selling bottles of water. He asked her to get a couple for them, and she did. Then later, back at the hotel, she asked him to pay her back. He told me at that moment he realized he couldn't be with her anymore. And she was a successful businesswoman.
Wow. This is why you should talk about finances pretty early. It is important so that no one, not a man or a woman, is stuck anywhere without options. When you don't have money of your own, you greatly limit your options. And with this, yeah, I see that as a big red flag. You're expecting something that you cannot give. Your respect is conditional upon his money. That's not a relationship. Sorry, but 4 years in the grand scheme, it's not a whole huge amount of time. Good luck out there. It's hard, but you deserve more than that.
Oh, there's a reason why talking about finances up early in a relationship is important.
Mm.
You need to know that you have each other's back. like this show, or like the channel going for a short period of time. Not everything is going to be great and wonderful and fantastic, but you have to keep moving forward. And OP, let me ask you this question. What would happen if you just can't pay anymore? Not for no reason of your own, for no fault of your own, I should say. You just can't pay no more. The only thing that you can pay is your major bills to survive. That's it. No going out and eating no more, and these trips and all this, and bubble tea and all this other stuff. What if you just literally can't do that no more? What if you start living off your life savings? I don't see her staying. I'm sorry, I just don't. Because and it may be it from the outside looking in. Yeah, it's her fault. It is, but it isn't. Because you could have put a stop to this a long time ago. Like, look, I need a partner. You're not being a partner. You're being a dependent. You're dependent on me to keep you entertained, to keep you fed, and all this other stuff. And that's not being a partner. I want a partner in my life. And that's not you. Even with the bubble tea, you're so conditioned to the point where She says, "Oh, you need to send me the $10," and you just up and sent the $10. The majority of the world been like, "Why am I sending you $10 for something you ate?" Or in this case, you drunk. Why would I send you something that you drank? But you, not only did you send it, and am I correct when I say it almost sounded like he was sorry that he forgot to pay her back? You're muted.
Sorry. But yeah, it almost sounded like that it slipped his mind and he was sorry.
Yeah, so it's like, bruh, I don't know. 4 years for you may sound like it's a long time. For young people, 4 years do sound like a long time. It does. 2 years for me sound like a long time. Then you get to my age, and it's like it's only been 2 years. Ugh, ugh. So I'm telling you, 4 years is not a long time. But I can say this: 4 years is not a long time. 8 years is a long time. 12 years is a long time. In other words, do you want to just keep wanting to accumulate this stuff over and over and over again? And now this is me projecting something, OP. It was very slightly said in the story. Very slightly said. But this is just my 2 cents. It wasn't analyzed during your story or anything. This is just me hearing something that you said as you was writing. You said, "I got burned out on my job and I quit." Was it the job?
Mm-hmm.
Was it really the job that was burning you out? Like I said, this is just me. Like Thea says, it's layers to everything. I'm just peeling
Yeah,
back a layer. Was it
that's a good
really the job
question.
that was burning you out? Or is it this relationship? And if this is relationship and you lose her, and all of a sudden you're gonna go through the whole "I miss her" and "I'm lonely" and everybody goes through that. But there are some that's just like, now I know that my money is my money. That I can go wherever I want to. I can spend however much I want to. I
Mm-hmm.
can go to Ruth Chris and have a great steak dinner, or I can go to McDonald's and have me a Happy Meal. And I will be just as happy. And without somebody in your ear thinking that you have to live up to this certain standard of life. I know it sounds like I'm jumping on your OP. I know I am. And I kind of am, because I kind of want to make sure you never ever do this again. This should have been put to a stop a long time ago, and you did. And now I don't know if you're burnt out or she burnt you out. And that's something you're going to have to figure out before you even go any further with this woman and before you even think about getting into another relationship.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to stop because I feel like I'm talking as much as Thea's. So I'm going to stop now. Anyway, last story of the hour. I don't even know how to say this. Let's just call it an emergency.
Her 29 female had her third baby a couple of months ago, and everything seemed fine. But a couple of weeks ago, she called me, 54 female, and she was crying. I asked her what was wrong. She said she had to go back to the hospital she gave birth at because she was having 9 out of 10 pain in her uterus. I asked her if it could be birth control, and she said she wasn't sure, but that she called her OB, and they wanted her to be seen at the hospital. She asked if my husband, 53 male, was available to watch the kids so her husband could take her, since my husband is currently unemployed. I told her I didn't know what her dad was up to, but there was no way he was taking 3 kids. It just wasn't happening. She went quiet for a bit, and then I suggested they take all the kids, or 4 male, 2 male, newborn, and she just go in and they wait for her in the car while she gets checked. Well, it seems like a brilliant idea. She then said, "Never mind, I'll just figure it out," and hung up. I tried calling back, but she ignored my call. Well, Mama, you weren't exactly any help. Apparently, she found a neighbor to watch her 2 older sons, and they took the baby with them. They checked her out, and it turns out she had 3 cysts in her ovaries, 1 on her left and 2 on her right, and that's what was causing the pain. I told her I was glad she found out what was wrong, and she just gave a short, "Yeah, me too," and hasn't really been talking to us that much. I think she's upset that I told her no on my husband's behalf, but watching 3 kids is too much on him, and I don't feel she's entitled for us to watch her all 3 of her kids on such short notice. So, am I the astronaut?
Yeah. Yeah, you were. This was an emergency. And all you said was, I cannot. Nope. I can't. My husband can't. Nope. No. I mean, I don't know what more you want me to say, because this is pretty cut and dry. Unless there's more.
No, that's it. No. OP, let me, I just got 2 questions for you. One, do you normally speak for your husband? Is that a thing that you do, that you don't even discuss anything with your unemployed husband? You flat out said he can't watch them. Now, of course, you ain't got to give a reason, but this is my show, so I will ask the question, why? Like, what the hell is he doing? And granted, I see what you're saying, because come on, Emma. 3 kids. 1 is a newborn, 1 is 2, the other one's 4. Yeah.
That's a lot for one person. Sure.
That's a lot. But
It's an
you didn't even ask.
emergency.
But you didn't even ask the husband. And then even the neighbor was like, "I'll take the 2 older kids." Okay, we'll take the newborn.
Okay.
And I agree with that. I can handle the 2 older, 2 or 4. I can take that more than, because that newborn, woo, y'all ain't took care of a newborn, boy. Y'all in for a treat. But 2 or 4, keep them entertained. You put them in front of a Sesame Street marathon and they be all right for a minute. But newborn don't care. They want to be looked at, and they want to be held, and they want to be fed. And sometimes not even in that order. So you got to be the one to figure it out. But I'm getting off on a tangent. OP, you didn't want to be bothered. So that's my first question. Do you normally answer for your husband? You could have called your husband and go, "Hey, there's an emergency. Can you at least watch the 2 older kids?" But I have this second question. I really want you to answer this question as if you're going to answer it, because it ain't like you're standing in front of me. But just answer this question anyway, hypothetically. Why did you call back? Because it sounds like you're that type of person who will piss somebody off and then call them back to calm them down, so to speak, Anna. Like, I just want you to understand I'm not doing it out of militia. I just wanted to see was you okay and everything else. And truthfully, I, as the daughter, will feel the exact same way. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, me too. not too long ago, not a few minutes ago, you didn't give a rat's ass if I was hurting and in pain or anything else. But now that I'm okay, really glad that you glad. You was no help. As a matter of fact, now I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I can never depend on you for help of any kind whatsoever. 9 out of 10 pain. I can never depend on you for an emergency ever again. You will be last on my list of people to call.
Huh?
But you, OP, sound like the person that would go, why didn't you call me first? And OP's daughter, truthfully, you need to be totally honest with you because I can't depend on you. And she'll go through this whole rigmarole. Why'd you say that? Because of that one situation? Because of that one situation.
Mm-hmm.
That one situation was a big situation. 9 out of 10 pain. I needed somebody to watch the kids. Your husband, who don't work and was at home, you didn't even talk to him to ask him to see if he would watch him, and you just went about your merry way. So, no, I cannot depend on you. You can have an attitude all you want to, and I still can't depend on you. You can gripe and moan, and I still can't depend on you. There is nothing that you're going to say that's going to make me depend on you because actions speak louder than words. Your actions show that I can't depend on you. So, I don't know what to tell you. You are the a-hole. You did her dirty. You did her wrong. You wasn't there for your own daughter in her biggest time of need. She wasn't even asking you. She was asking the unemployed dude that's at home doing what? And you don't even know what the what is because you didn't even talk to your husband. You just spoke for him and just went on like, hey, I know he unemployed and he at home, but I don't think he can do that. So the minimum effort that I'm going to put in is to go ahead and speak for him and just say no. She can't depend on you in no situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't going to say ever again, but I best believe I don't think anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, anywho, let me see what we got out there. Tracy from the last story. She can give, but she does not want to. And that's true. She does sound like she has the ability to help pay, but she's in this.
When they started out, she was broke. They
Yeah,
said.
but she kept that train going, and then she turned it into chauvinist.
Yeah, and then you need to pay for me.
Yeah,
Protect me.
McDonald's. I don't even drive through McDonald's parking lot. Maybe either the sister-in-law has bad kids or he's not good with kids. And that may be true, but that ain't what she said. She just said, I don't think he will watch them. Okay. And OP, by the way, to be honest with you, what the heck was you doing so important that you couldn't call it short and just say, ooh, go ahead and head to the house. I'll be there in a minute.
Right.
Yeah, that was a strange part of the story. It was. Me and Foxy have this thing that we have to ask the person for something. And it's our kids. My kid came to wash clothes. Hey, can I come wash clothes this weekend? I'm cool with it, but ask Foxy too. And she did, and Foxy was cool with it, and there we go. Because we don't know what's going to go on. You know, she could come and wash clothes, and Foxy got her lady friends over here drinking margaritas and talking about the good old days. I don't know what's going on.
Lady friends.
He could tell her yes, and then wonder why Dad won't come downstairs and talk to her. Meanwhile, Dad up here doing other people's shows, 4 or 5 shows in a row. Like, okay, everybody, bye. Hey, welcome to such and such show. I'm busy. We don't know, so that's why we communicate. OP, you didn't do that. You just took it upon yourself to answer for the whole family, your side of the family, to answer for your side of the family, and you're cool with it. And apparently your husband got you really good enough to say, yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. So you ain't even got to ask me. OP runs the house. I don't think so. It sounds like the husband runs the house.
I wasn't sure.
I mean, you're right. I'm not. You're right. You're right. Because it could be OP runs the house and be like, I don't feel like being bothered. It could be the husband already said, don't bother me.
Yeah, it could be that she knows her husband, and I don't know. Like,
it could go either way because I can look at it this way. I can look at it as the husband saying, I don't want to be bothered with nobody, and you know I don't want to be bothered with nobody, so don't even bother to ask me, do I want to be bothered with nobody?
right.
Or OP could be that type of person that goes, yeah, you drop the kids off for the father-in-law to watch them, but then we don't know how long this is going to be, and then I have to come home and they still there. And I don't want to be bothered. So we don't know. We don't know who runs the house. Or it may just be equal. They may both be just some lazy people who just don't like helping these people. It may be just that equal. I don't want to be bothered. He don't want to be bothered. We both don't want to be bothered. So there's your answer.
I hope you remember that all next time that when you need help and nobody is willing to do anything for you because you didn't do anything. You know, what goes around comes around. As
She
the
won't. She won't. Like I said, my question was, why did you call back? What was the purpose of calling back to? You was trying to smooth things over, just so no hard feelings, no
right.
hard feelings. You know, we just don't want to be bothered with you, basically. We just, but no hard feelings. We just don't want to be. We just want to.
I want to make sure I'm not in trouble.
We just don't want to deal with you. I mean, we like you, but
not enough to help. You know,
not enough to help, so to speak. How can I put this? Um, can you be in my life without actually being in my life? Like, is that possible? No, you used to have to literally always be in my life. Always. I just want to make sure that I always look good. Is my question. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take that 3-minute break. I'm trying to find something.
can we?
Huh?
I thought we were doing like an hour show. Are we not?
No, I could actually stay on longer. It's 10 hours a month, and I
Oh.
ain't not to worry. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do that anyway. So
Yeah. I don't have
anyway,
a whole lot in my tank left.
oh, hang in there. But you know what? I tell you what, we don't have that much left. Let's just go ahead and keep rolling. We don't need to take a break. Let's just go ahead and just keep the train going.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Am I the a-hole?
No.
Mother asked for it, and she got it.
38-year-old man and a wrestler. I used to compete at a high level. Obviously, I don't compete anymore, but I still lift weights and wrestle for fun. My wife is 36, and we have 3 kids together, a 15-year-old girl, an 11-year-old boy, and a 9-year-old girl. I enrolled all of our kids in wrestling at the age of 7. The older 2 have been training and competing since then, and the youngest didn't like the sport, so she quit, and now she's doing gymnastics. My wife has never wrestled, but she goes to the gym regularly, and she has decent strength. Yesterday, I was chatting with my wife, and the topic of our daughter's wrestling tournament came up, and she asked me, what do I think would happen if my wife and my daughter wrestled? And I told my wife that she has no chance. My wife said, my daughter isn't beating me, I'm much stronger. And I told her, you can try if you want to, but I'm telling you, you'll get ragdolled. And she said, okay, let's do it then. So I called our daughter into the backyard and told her that her mom wants to wrestle. They wrestled while me and the other kids were watching, and just like I told her, my wife got handled with ease. When they were done, it didn't last long. My wife laughed it off and acted fine. But as soon as it was only me and her, she said to me, so you knew how that wrestling match was going to go? I answered yes, and she said, and you still let it happen? I got embarrassed by my own child in front of my other children, and now they're not going to look at me the same way. I told her she's the one who asked for it. And the idea that our kids will not look at her the same way is completely false, because I taught our kids to be graceful and respectful in victory and defeat. And I'm pretty sure they have respect for their mother regardless of what happens in a wrestling match. Even after I said that, she wasn't convinced, and is still upset, which is not justified in my opinion.
In this case, the wife, the mother,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you are the asshole. You went, you felt like you could beat your daughter. And that's really the only reason you went into that. You absolutely did not listen to the guy who's been with the girls and knows their skill level. This is all on you. All on you. And now you look like even more of a jerk. How could you let me be beaten? Now why don't you practice losing gracefully? You're setting a terrible example for the kids here, number one. And you're just being a spoiled brat. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You only did that because you thought you would win.
This question is not to OP, it's to OP's wife. Do you listen to what you be saying before you say it? Because you make no sense. You say it. You knew all along that this was going to happen. Yeah, OP did know this was going to happen all along, and he told you this was going to happen. He told you not to do it. He literally said, you're not going to beat her. She's going to ragdoll you.
I mean, even I know what that means.
Yes. That it's an embarrassing thing where you don't get any move in whatsoever. It's really embarrassing. I mean, seriously, one of the easiest things in wrestling is the takedown. Where you can't even do a takedown. Ooh, it's embarrassing. So you didn't even get a takedown in. You're
You embarrass yourself.
for anybody who doesn't know very much. Wrestling is one of those sports. It is very few. Baseball may be one of them too. Where strength really isn't the biggest norm in wrestling. It's the skill, it's the leverage, it's everything intertwined at the same time. You could be the strongest person over there. Now, granted, do not get it twisted. Anybody who has the skill to be a wrestler and they're huge and strong,
Yeah.
there's a wrestler called Brock Lesnar. That's I'll find a picture of him, but the dude is huge. But he's an NCAA wrestling champion before he got into pro wrestling. But the dude is massive and he can wrestle. However, on the other end, there was another wrestler, Kurt Angle, sorry. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, before he got into pro wrestling, actually is an Olympic gold medalist. The Olympics. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle wrestles in the backstage and stuff like that. Sometimes to a standstill. Because it has nothing to do with muscles and everything else. It has everything to do with skill and leverage. And NCAA champions, as great as that sound, come on, we're talking about Olympic gold medalists. Olympic with a fractured neck, because his whole thing, well, I beat them with a broken freaking neck. His neck wasn't broken; it had a fracture in it, but he did win with a fractured neck. But go ahead, Anna. I want you to go ahead and talk. I'm going to just bring up those two pictures so you can see what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've seen big guys. My dad loved wrestling, and I have an idea. But I don't know what else to say because I don't really. I only know that there's a big difference between actual wrestling and, yes, having skill and tenacity, stamina, as any sport needs. But then there's also acting.
All right, that's Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the NCAA.
big guy.
That's a big boy.
Uh-huh.
NCAA wrestling champion, went to WWE wrestling. Then he went to the UFC and fought there and won their championship. So let me see. And then I'm going to show you this picture. This is the guy that he wrestles to a standstill.
What are his measurements?
A good 30, maybe even 40 pounds lighter than he is, lighter than Brock.
He still looks like a Iron Rock there.
But my point is that wrestling is a very skilled level thing. It's not like you could just put on a whole bunch of muscle, get in there, and wrestle somebody. And I don't want to get off on a tangent, but my point is, OP, you really thought you being stronger, which you probably was.
Mm.
But you're gonna wrestle somebody. You're gonna wrestle a girl who been wrestling since she was 9, and you wrestle her at 15. So she done had 6 years of training. You had not even 6 seconds, and thought you was gonna win. But you get mad at your husband going, "You knew this was gonna happen." OP, I'm surprised you didn't go, "Yeah, I did. And I told you it was going to happen." And guess what? It happened. Now, OP's wife, one other thing. Did you really think your kids only respected you because you thought they think you could beat them or something?
Yeah, this is weird.
That's a little toxic thinking there, sweetie. Like, I don't want no child to respect me because they think I can beat the living crap out of them. That's not something I want. I want the respect because I earned the respect, not because they're afraid I'm going to beat the living crap out of them. And you have this sensation of, now they'll never respect me again. Why? The only thing they're not going to respect you about is wrestling you again, because they probably never do that again, even no matter how much you beg. Come on, one more match, Ma. Go sit down. We're not doing this. We're not gonna do this. I love you, but we ain't doing this no more. You didn't even get a takedown, Ma. Not even a takedown. You didn't even. Come on. Come on. And look, and that's me wrestling you with love. I don't love my opponent when I'm wrestling them in the gym. I love you, so I really could have really embarrassed you, but I certainly didn't. So yeah, you may want to let this go. Love you with all my heart, but we ain't doing this no more. Also, one other last thing, and then I'm gonna let this go. OP's wife, I guarantee you won't be that little toxic, crazy wife and mother from this point on. Like we listen to them other stories. You going over the daughter's house and banging on the door because they disrespect you. I guarantee you're not going to be that type of mother, which may be a good thing. But disregard this message, Alice, of course. It's about wrestling. And I still don't care. Anyway, Mafia video of the week.
4 male married to a 31 female, and we've been married for 3 years and have dated for a year before that. We have a 2-year-old and she is pregnant with our second. Everything about our lives is absolutely perfect. She is the love of my life, but I found out today something that is really messing with me. My wife and I worked together for the same large company. We were nothing but acquaintances for the longest time. She was just that pretty girl at work who seemed a bit stuck up. We hardly ever talked, and I didn't think she knew my name at all. We were in the same office dodgeball league for a summer, but that was it. I had another girlfriend when I was 28. We met online. She was great, but 5 months into the relationship, a friend sent me screenshots of an online dating profile with her name and pictures. I confronted her, and she vehemently denied it all. But the evidence was right there, and I couldn't trust her anymore, so we broke up. Just a few months later, I started dating my wife after we had matched online. We had never even had a full conversation before matching with each other online, but suddenly there was this spark and the rest was history. We moved pretty fast. We both wanted to settle down, have a family. She's a wonderful mother to our kids and the love of my life. But recently I found out that she had sabotaged my relationship with my ex all those years ago by following my private Instagram with a fake account, saw photos of me and my ex, stalked her account, and took pictures from her private Instagram to upload to a dating app, and the rest was history. I found out after she got a new iPhone for her birthday, and she gave her old iPhone to me to erase and sell online. One of her burner Instagram accounts was the exact same profile that had followed me right around the time of my breakup. Now, how would you remember that? That's just wild. She's still following me and my ex with that account. She probably forgot to unfollow. It was really freaking weird, and I confronted her. She confessed to everything but kind of blew it off. Like, oh, well, I had such a big crush on you. I did what I had to do, and it worked out, didn't it? I admit the way she blew it off was so strange to me. I told her I didn't know who she is anymore. She got upset at me and said, so you value a 5-month relationship over your wife? And said that we were meant to be. I got really upset and called her crazy, which led to her crying in our room and refusing to come out. I don't know what to think. My friend is telling me to just let it go, that if anything happens, it's a cute story to tell the grandkids one day. But it just creeps me out how she had always given me the cold shoulder before we started dating, but all that time she was obsessed with me to the point of sabotaging my relationship. She's never done anything else dishonest or sneaky to my knowledge, so this is just wildly out of character for her. I don't know how to word it. I guess it's nothing. Maybe my friend is right. What do you guys think? Was I too hard on her? Should I just let it go?
Didn't we talk about this one?
No, I don't think so.
I thought I remembered that story.
Some of these Reddit stories run together so much, but
Maybe.
okay, just pretending I'm playing remembering the past then.
Oh, that was a Mafia video of the week? Why was that the choice?
Well, because he wasn't asking am I the a-hole. It was just basically something. I try to keep the Mafia video where they're not asking a question like, am I the a-hole for doing this? Am I the a-hole for saying this? It's more like, I'm getting this off my chest. And
It's weird. I mean, uh, I would almost think like just does this change who she is to you completely, or can you just go on? You know, it's all up to him. No, it's how does this um I don't know, that's beyond so like I can't even imagine somebody doing that. It, it's
it's the
just not.
it's the manipulation for me.
Yeah,
It's the manipulation. It's the ability to manipulate the entire relationship. Because OP, what you're saying is,
if she did this, what else did she do?
yeah, basically, it is more like, and I hate that question she gave, really, because I'm a mean person. I try not to be, but when you said, so you rather deal with a 5-month relationship than the marriage that you have right now? Well, it's a 5-month relationship because you manipulated it for me to cut it at 5 months.
Yeah,
It's not like you're saying it like it was a 5-month relationship. We just decided to cut it off, and then you came around and now I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend. No, you manipulated to cut it off at 5 months. And regardless, OP, I see what you're saying because Anna, you're right. What is my wife capable of doing? What else have she manipulated? And it's always going to be in the back of your head, regardless. You can't. Now, granted, I can say this: don't ever call your wife crazy. That's not gonna work out well for you to say that, dude. But I feel your pain because you're. Don't say it, but I know you're thinking it because, like, holy crap, did I marry a psychopath? Like, she was so willing to blow up somebody's relationship because she had a crush.
Some people like this kind of stuff. I've heard um it's a form of flattery, kind of. You know, if they're willing to stick themselves out this much for me, they must really love me.
This is not flattery. This is creepy. Flattery
I think
is
so.
flattery is. Ooh, I hope they break up so I can be with that person because I really want to be with that person. I'm gonna stay out of their relationship because when they break up naturally, then whatever. But I would never manipulate their relationship to break up so I can swoop in and be the man. Come on, that's creepy. Because understand something, OP's wife. This is the foundation of your relationship now. It has been said when it comes to infidelity, it doesn't matter how long ago the cheating was. Once you find out about the cheating, that's day one. So it doesn't matter how long you've been married and how many kids you got. This is day one. He realized that you manipulated this to be with him. So, ooh, that's I don't have. The only thing I can say is counseling. That's the best I can give you, bro. That's the best that I can give you. And honestly, this is a hill to die on. We need to go to counseling or we need to call it quits. Because I'm telling you now, my mindset is somewhere totally different. And no, I'm not in the mindset of just forgive and forget. That ain't one of the mindsets. Counseling, or we're going to go ahead and go our separate ways. Also, for all you people, oh my goodness, for all you people out there, and I know you're going to say it, you need to go find that woman and apologize to her for not trusting. Stay out of that woman's life. You done did what you done did. Move. Don't do that. It's a done deal. You found out both of you are victims of this one woman.
Right.
So to bring this back up to this woman who probably don't moved on and forgot about it, just move on and forget about it too. But leave her out of it. It's done. But you know how everybody, I got to see the world burn. You need to go apologize and give her flowers and candy and be on your knees when you say, come on, calm down. Just leave her alone. Anyway, Foxy's video of the week. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you all that came out to watch the show. As glitchy as the show is, I appreciate everybody sticking in there with me. Yeah, making a burner stalker account to wiggle your way into a relationship with someone is pretty strange. yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, think? That's scary. Anyway, just telling the truth.
What's the word?
Okay.
Every boss talks what?
Garbage.
Goals.
Oh.
Your one colleague deserves what?
Prison.
Promotion.
Oh.
In every appraisal, you get what?
Manipulated.
Motivated.
Oh.
Your company should give you what?
$1 million.
More direction.
Oh.
5 years in corporate will make you what?
Patient.
Psychotic.
What?
Oh, it was his. Oh, for me.
I knew that was gonna be it. Oh, anyway, final video of the night again, everybody. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. I truly, truly thank you all for sticking with us throughout this temporary new stage in our career. I don't know what else to call it. But I
We'll get through it together.
we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We'll get.
Mm.
Oh well, screw it. I can't even find the outro, so I ain't even gonna try. Final video of the week, just to self-deprecate. This is how I've been feeling lately.
You have $244.27 worth of debt. Oh, you thought you was good. Now go ahead and cook that.
Damn.
Uh,
You make
yeah,
that ramen. Oh.
go ahead and keep going, bro. I've been
Mm.
looking at a show, Anna, lately. It's Cocoa Butter. That's the channel. That's the channel on YouTube, Cocoa Butter.
Okay.
But they have these challenges, like uncles try each other's ribs, moms try each other's mac and cheese, aunts try each other's cornbread. They just have these challenges with
Okay.
each other. And one of the things was college students try each other's noodles.
Okay.
The funny thing about it is these kids was having me cracking up laughing because it was like, oh, this is just so bland. It just doesn't have any taste to it. There is nothing in there. I'm like, isn't ramen noodles the staple of I'm dead broke and this is the only thing I can afford? So you get what you get.
Well, yes, but you could also add so many things to ramen and becomes a great soup.
Oh, that was a topic too. Oh, this is too soupy. Oh, this is too dry. Like, are y'all serious?
There are um like I want to say like a fast food kind of a place, but in Asia that where you go in and you pick your noodles and then you go and you get to pick from fresh produce. You get to pick your meat, you get to add egg, you get to add creams, you get to oh my gosh.
I've been to one of those. Yep. I've been to. You pick your own noodles. You pick you pick your noodle.
Uh,
You pick your protein. That's what they call it. So
mm.
So
Bean.
beef, shrimp, whatever. You pick your vegetables, and then you pick your sauce, and you writing everything down, and you handed it to the person, and they give you a number, and then they'll cook it up in the back because this is what you picked. So blah 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 blah. Then they'll bring it out to you, and there's your bowl, ramen bowl. Yeah, but because it doesn't help that it was right next to my favorite pizza place, and I didn't care one way or the other. If I'm gonna eat ramen, it's gonna be in that pot where that dude was putting it in a pot. It was gonna boil it, cause that's me. I ain't gotta be fancy with ramen.
Okay.
Sorry, it's ramen. It's like the people who try to make hot dogs fancy. Like, bruh, it's hot dogs. Come on. Do you have any topics for tomorrow's show? I haven't thought of it. My executive producers haven't got back to me yet. Uh, so I'll wait for them to get back to me. Hopefully they'll get back to me early enough for me to find some videos. I think I got a good handle on things now. I think I know how to do this stuff now. So should be a little smoother tomorrow.
Okay.
But um, once my executive producers get the information to me, I'll be ready to roll tomorrow. But we will be on tomorrow.
Parker, if you have any ideas, please do send them in.
The big things are the Epstein news and the continued Texas flood ramifications. I want to look up the fact that Mexico was a bigger rescue vessel to Texas than the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look that up. The Epstein files, I got to find out what the heck is going on with that. Elon is starting a new party. What is it? The American Party? What was it called?
Yeah.
Really? That's what it's called? Well, that's
Yeah.
a lazy. That's a
The
lazy
American
dude.
Party.
The BBB passed, and the Epstein file doesn't exist. It exists. Please don't
The
believe it.
list. The list doesn't exist.
The list exists. Trust me. We're talking about a bunch of billionaires who's trying to say it is a second hour. We're talking about a bunch of billionaires trying to save their ass. The list exists. Don't ain't nobody is that crazy. They ain't finna destroy something they can use for leverage somewhere down the line. Trust me on that one. And for the BBB passing and everything, we talked about that last week. Matter of fact, It was a really good show. Yeah, Trump's DOJ announced that there was no clients, and he didn't unalive himself. Okay.
What's most funny is MAGA just melting down over what you said you'd release the list, and now you're not.
Yeah, sure. You MAGA can go whatever. I'm not gonna say it. As for there is no clients, yes it is. The list still exists. He didn't unalive himself. Yeah, that literally was said for years though. That's not new. That's not new news. Like honestly, I really do not think there was anybody who really think that Epstein did his own self in. Like, I'm sorry. I can't find nobody that said, oh, he did it all on his own. It's like, really? Because that was real quick. And where did he get the belt? And where were the guards? It was just a whole mess. So anyway, we may get into it some more tomorrow. It'll be being Anna again. This is having a ball with his wife's birthday. So happy birthday, Mrs. Robinson. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Hold on. The DOJ announced that he did unalive himself and said they have videotape of no one entering his cell. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me at borreliaetc.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course, I'm assuming you're a little bitty qua. I appreciate Anna. I appreciate this next week, and until tomorrow, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.